If I said supercars, what's the first country you'd think of? Italy. If I said hypercars, what's the first brand you'd think of? Probably Koenigsegg or Bugatti. Neither of which were Italian. But if I said electric hypercars, I think there's only one that really comes to mind. One brand. The people that have been doing it for the longest. Rimac. The most famous car they've made is the Nevera, followed closely behind by the Concept 1, although for very different reasons. The Rimac Concept 1, made back in, 2017? Probably best known because it was driven on the Grand Tour against a Honda NSX and a Lamborghini Aventador. Only the Rimac was driven for slightly less time than the Aventador and the NSX, because the Rimac ended up being crashed off the side of a Swiss mountain climb and, well, going up in flames. Bit of a shame, but it was like this. The Rimac Concept 1 looked just like this, only less track focused, because this is basically an upgraded version of the Concept 1, the Concept S. Now, 1400 horsepower. So, what's the natural thought when there's a car with 1400 horsepower? Let's give it 100 more. It's also got more downforce from the new front splitter and wing, which means that you're less likely to lose control and plunge it into a Swiss Alp. Hint hint, Richard Hammond. It's also, I think the suspension's been stiffened up a little bit, new wheels, it's a bit lighter, etc, etc. But I think this car's historical, because I would say it's the first true electric hypercar. Well, the Concept 1 was anyway. This is the Concept S, and therefore it's better, because it has the letter S. And S means better. In all seriousness though, Rimac is actually a really important brand right now. And, you know, if it wasn't for Rimac, we probably wouldn't have the electric hypercar industry right now. They've even made some, you know, really well-known cars now. In fact, they even own a bit of Bugatti. Like, possibly all of it, but I'm not sure. Now, if that's not good, I don't know what is. Actually, I do know what it is. These two. The Rimac Nevera and the Bugatti Tourbillon. Both of these made because of mate Rimac, because he's a bit of a legend. And both really good because the Nevera was the first of the ludicrous 2000 horsepower electric hypercars. You know, we've now got like the Asparcal, the Pininfarina Battista, the Lotus Sabaya. Although technically the Pininfarina Battista is a Nevera underneath, but ignore that. And the Tourbillon's important because it's basically Bugatti's difficult third album. Well, the modern Bugatti's difficult third album. Which has absolutely been nailed, by the way. So, props to mate Rimac. And of course, none of those would have happened if it weren't for one idiot crashing a silly Croatian electric car off a mountainside. Not bad going. I think possibly my favourite thing about this Concept S is the power. I mean, it's come to be expected of electric hypercars that they're quick, but seriously though, like look at this, I'm doing 100, roughly. Trying to, anyway. And then the moment I put my the pedal down, it just ejects you into the wild blue yonder. It's genuinely nuts. Like, but the best bit is, however, when I slow to a stop on the actual bit of road, and I go backwards, because this is the best car to reverse in. Oh, come on. Yes, it does become a little bit uncontrollable backwards. Don't we all? But, look at this, right? 20, 30, 40, 50. No other car in the game can go as fast as this backwards. Apart from the Navera. 180 miles an hour backwards. That's pretty quick. No, that's not pretty quick, that's insanely quick. Honestly, when I first got this car, I spent basically half an hour just hooning around in reverse. No other car I've ever driven before have I done that in. That makes it unique, that makes it cool. I love this car, already. But the good bits don't end there. Yeah, you thought I was going to say something bad. Nope. Quite the opposite. You'd expect it from a track-only car, but even so, the way this thing corners is... please do as you're told, phone. Is sublime. This thing should not corner the way it does. It should be understeering through the corners because of too much power, but no. Brakes are brilliant, but it turns like it's on rails. It's not even funny at this point. It's just so good. One thing I would say is that because it turns on rails, it does lack a bit of feel. Like, I don't feel like I'm in control of this thing. I just feel like I'm being dragged along for the ride, which is a fun ride, but, you know, I'd rather be more engaged. But just cornering abilities alone, this thing is unmatched. Absolutely unmatched. Brilliant thing. Last time a Rimac went racing, it ended with fire and bad amounts of insurance forms. So hopefully this time will be better, because we're not on a Swiss mountainside. But let's see. Rimac Concept S, here we go. Let's go racing. Should have gone quicker through there. I'm not at my best today, guys. But even so, this thing doesn't even need me to be at my best. Full throttle down here, brake, 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 brake. Sub 30 seconds. I can do far better than that. But even so, that's a ludicrously good time. God, I love this thing. So, should you buy the 16 million quid Rimac Concept S? Short answer, yes. But if you're willing to spend 1600 quid on a non-limited car, Bugatti Chiron 300 Plus is also good. But I'd rather you get this. Well, I'd rather I get this anyway. Personal preference. So, on that bombshell, I will see you all soon, probably. Season 13 is just released in CDT, so it's going to be a busy week for me. I'm not looking forward to it. See you then.